everyone, talking about Scandal Extrait by Lanvin. This is about the original that was released in 1931, so old school vintage scent. The notes in this are bergamot, lemon, neroli, mandarin, clary sage, leather, iris, rose, ylang-ylang, incense, oakmoss, vanilla, vetiver, and benzoin. So I really like this. Definitely smells vintage, very much on the intense sort of side, but there's something about it that I just find like really captivating. It's dirty and sharp and appropriately named, I guess, especially because, yeah, it was considered like, whoa, like pretty intense at the time. I definitely think it would still come across intense today, but I just keep coming back to it every time I smell it. And it's this interesting combination where it's somehow like soapy, smoky, leathery, and citrus all at the same time. And I actually think that this would be relatively unisex in terms of today and kind of what's considered masculine or feminine in unisex, as it just smells more vintage to me than specifically feminine. I believe it was, considered more feminine at the time. And then the dark oak moss in it actually has this almost like 80s masculine vibe. So yeah, to me, very unisex and has moderate to good longevity and projection. I would say this is one of my favorite vintage scents that I've tried, or definitely pretty up there. Again, that's not to say like, oh, everybody's gonna love this. Very much not. If you don't like vintage scents, if you don't like smoky, earthy, leathery citrus and like even a little bit soapy or something, no, I would not recommend this. But if you are interested in fragrance history, this certainly played a big part. So I think that it's worth trying from that perspective to get a sample of it. If you don't care about fragrance history and you don't like vintage scents, totally skip it. Don't check it out. But if either of those things appeal to you, then yeah. And yeah, personally, I really, really like it. And I've been trying more and more vintage stuff and just really diving deeper into the history of fragrance stuff, and this really stood out to me as like, ooh, wow, like that doesn't just smell like everything else even from that era.